welcome to the Marvel Studios Avengers Infinity War press conference. Now, please welcome your host, the Grandmaster himself, Jeff Goldblum.
Hello, everybody. I guess that's my entrance music. Look at this. Look. Thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you very, very much. So nice to see you. So nice to see you. So this is a big movie. Do you know how many superstars are in this movie? Well, no. It's exactly, I think I figured it out, the sum of the addition of many movie titles, 7, add up 7, the movie with, of course, Brad Pitt, and Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino, 9, of course, the musical with Daniel Day-Lewis, 10, Long Before You Were Born, Bo Derek, Ocean's 11, the original with Frank Sinatra, 12 Angry Men, who was in that? Henry Fonda, exactly right, directed by Sidney Lumet, exactly right. Friday the 13th, plus 101 Dalmatians, plus 300 is that Gladiator movie, plus 1 million BC with Raquel Welch, and you have exactly, I do believe, the number of superstars, or I may be incorrect, off by a couple. In any case, a big movie like this calls for a grand affair like this for a press conference, and that's why I guess I'm here in my Grandmaster of Ceremonies colors and costume, because I'm going to facilitate this hour-long conference in which I hope you'll all leave deeply satiated. Because they're all here, believe it or not, and so without further ado, what the heck is behind our curtain, Don Pardo? Look at that, look at all of them. Hi, Tom. Hi, Anthony Mackie. Hi, you guys. Oh, Tom Hiddleston. Oh, hello. Hey, so just to make sure everybody's here, hello, Josh Brolin. Nice to see you with Jim. Oh, I guess there's music that goes with this, too. Hi, Peter Parker. Hi. Hi, Letitia. So let's introduce everybody, of course. Danai Gurira. Danai Gurira, so nice to see you. Of course, Tom Holland. Tom Holland. Of course, Anthony Russo. Josh Brolin, for heaven's sake. Wow. Thanks, Danny. Joe Russo. Who's older, Joe or Anthony? Really? Chadwick Boseman. And Paul Bettany. Paul, so nice to see you with your desert boots. My God. Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict. Chris Pratt. Chris. Scarlett Johansson. Kevin Feige. Come on, Kevin Feige. Robert Downey Jr. Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana. Chris Hemsworth. My God, it's not a man, it's a god. It's a god. And Letitia Wright. Thank God. Winston Duke. Hi, Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista. Don Cheadle. Elizabeth Olsen. Mark Ruffalo. And Tom Hiddleston. Sebastian Stan. Look at that, Sebastian. Anthony Mackie, so nice to see you. Tom Clementia. So nice to see you. Benedict. Where are you going? So here's the way this is going to go. This is you've seen this from many game shows. I'm going to do this. They call this, you know what they call this? I just learned it today. This is the hopper. This is a hopper. Is it the superhero hopper, or the Dennis Hopper? Well, we'll go once like this. And now, because I didn't tell you how this works, because I'm going to take a ping pong ball, and on these balls are people's names. And if you have a question for one of those people, I will call on you. That's when to raise your hand. Or there may be a category that will suggest one of the people up here for which you may have a question, from which I'm then going to choose. You get the idea? Okay, watch and see if this how quickly this falls apart. All right, let's see. I'm now going to keep it like this. Oh my gosh, Robert Downey Jr. No. Does anybody have a question for Robert Downey Jr.? No questions for Robert Downey Jr. I see. No questions. You just have to raise your hand. It's like in school. Yes, sir. I saw your hand go up first. Yes, you, right there. The mic is coming your way. Yes, sir.
Honestly, I was just calling your bluff. I didn't know you were gonna pick me. I love you, Robert Downey Jr. I love all of you guys. I'm sorry, but I guess my question would be. Thank you. My question would be.
Wait, I can't see shit. Where are you?
Stand up, right here.
Right here. All right, continue. Thank you, by the way.
Stand up. All right. Shit. All right.
Wait, me first. What's better, Black Panther or Iron Man?
Don't do that to me.
I know the answer.
I gotta go with Black Panther.
Goddamn, me too.
I gotta go home again.
Can we just get that out of the way? I'm glad we got that out of the way.
All right, my question. Are you gonna be in Avengers 4?
Kevin? Wait, hold on a second. He's nodding his head, but let me see what he whispers in my ear. Yes, we already filmed it! Which means I guess you never know. I gotta see in the screening tomorrow. If I die tomorrow, I'm gonna be confused. We'll see. Did that answer your question? Not really? Okay, good.
Excellent question, excellent answer. All right. Josie Berlin. Okay, I'm doing it blind, I'm not looking. This says, this says this is a category, so you can ask anybody a question who is from Wakanda.
Yeah.
From Wakanda. Yeah, I see a couple of fans. I must go with the first one. So this lovely lady here in the second row. Please give her the microphone.
Thank you. My name is Maggie. I'm from Disney Geek. I'm also a high school math teacher in Los Angeles. And my question is for Letitia.
Hello.
So I use a lot of Marvel content in my lessons to keep my students engaged. And I was wondering how you see your role as a really powerful and fun woman on screen in math and science as inspiring kids and teens to pursue STEM fields.
Wow, I think you kind of covered it. It's something that's super new to me, to play this character and to have a character who's just interested in all of these amazing subject matters. I wish I had a Shuri on TV or in the movies that I could see when I was growing up, and I would have stayed in my maths classes a little bit longer. But I'm really happy that the film and this character Shuri has allowed young kids to feel like learning is cool, and that they can contribute to the world with, science and maths and technology and engineering, and also young women as well, getting pulled into that whole movement of feeling like it's not just a thing for the guys, it's also for the young women to young women, old women, anyone to just get into and contribute positively. So to have that and for you to use it in your classroom and for many other people to use it too, I'm super grateful, and I just hope it continues. And yeah, it's positive and it's good and it's a good thing. So thank you. God bless you.
Very beautiful question. Very beautiful answer. Don Cheadle. Your hand went up. I'm throwing you this.
Money!
Here, you can keep this. You can keep this. You had your hand up right here.
Hi, Mark Hughes with Forbes, and I'm wondering on, in terms of each character's arc being served in Infinity War, your character obviously had a somewhat of a tragic arc the last time we saw it in Civil War. Can you talk about...
Thanks, Vision.
Can you talk about a little bit about preparing for Infinity War and carrying over that? It's something that, you know, all the characters have tragedies and things in their life, but your character's dealing with something very immediate to have to overcome on top of everything else that's being faced here.
Well, what I think is really great about the having something like this in a way to anchor a lot of the other things that are happening in the story and getting to continue it forward through both of the films is that, you know, we always get to have these sort of down notes in a good way. I think there's always a lot of eye candy and very dramatic things happening and big spectacular fights and really amazing things that we see on screen. And then it comes down to these characters in their interpersonal situations with one another and their personal journeys that they have. And where it comes to Rhodey, I'm glad that this is something that's carried through and that is, you know, wasn't just dropped. It's a line that is actually goes through both of the films and comes into play in a very important way. I won't give it away, but it's something that factors in all the way through. So it's nice to have something that's cohesive and continues and keeps me grounded and keeps the character grounded.
This guy, Hey, so you can ask a question. If you have a question for somebody who wears a cape, wears a cape, wears a cape, wears a... I see you waving your hand. You've got somewhat of a cape on yourself, a knit affair. I'm throwing you this ball. There you are.
Hello, I'm Sarah Woloski from Skywalking Through Neverland, and I have a question for Chris Hemsworth, because I'm a big Thor fan. And what I wanted to know was what scene, now I know we haven't seen the movie yet, so you might have to dance around this, but what scene did you find most challenging to film for this movie, and why? Was it because of the people in it? Was it because of the director? Was it, you know, just anything like that?
Oh, you just went in the ditch.
It's all very difficult because of the directors and the people in it, this whole film. It's an awful experience. So, myself, Jeff, and Tom are going back to our own movies from now on. The most difficult, the first day was what you've seen on the trailers. It was Thor meeting the Guardians, and it felt like kind of first day at school for me, you know, because they all knew each other, and I didn't, so I was a new kid, and they'd all been shooting, and I hadn't. And I had some weird sort of nervous butterflies floating around my body. And, but it was, but I squeezed them out of me, you know. Chris Pratt gave me a big hug, and all the butterflies flew to my ears. And we had fun.
Did you have honey on you? Is that why they're floating around your body? The butterflies?
I didn't hear something here. I've been in hospital, I'm still tripping. That was a fun scene. That was great to, you know, to kind of have a whole new dynamic and set of people to move around with and interact with. And that was, this whole film for me was, I felt like a fan and meeting a lot of these people and the characters that I'd watched on screen and admired, and so to be on screen with them as Thor, but as Chris also was pretty damn exciting. Thank you. Thank you.
Kevin Feige. Oh! Way back there. Way back there. That's it. Thank you, baby.
Hi, I'm Rob Vox. I'm with Action Figure Junkies. I'm an old school comics fan, and I'm a little overwhelmed just seeing all of you here together. It's kind of mind-blowing. It's very hard to wrap our heads around the totality of what's happening, but you've always kept the spirit of the comics and the spirit of the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Marvel Comics, and I'm wondering if you might share some insight as to if there's anything you use to sort of ground these movies in their origins beyond just the characters and the stories, anything visually, anything thematically that you've used to sort of pull all this together.
Well, you will not be surprised to hear it's the comics. It's the comics that we look at usually when there is just the notion of let's do an Iron Man movie or let's have the audacity to try to do a version of the Infinity Gauntlet. It starts with those comics and us beginning to rip pages out or rip copies of pages out, put them on the walls and start to be inspired. And in every single movie we've made, up to and especially Infinity War, there are direct images, storylines, rarely but sometimes actual lines of dialogue that come from those pages that we've put up around our development room for inspiration. And with Infinity War in particular, when there were so many characters and so many threads of storylines from so many movies that we could have pulled from or could have used as inspiration, and we did, we kept going back to, and I think we've released some behind-the-scene videos and things, and you can see the giant omnibus of the Infinity Gauntlet there with all sorts of dog-eared pages and Post-its in there from moments. And after everybody sees the movie, we can talk more specifically about what those moments were. Most of them were surrounding Mr. Brolin's Thanos portrayal that came directly from Jim Starlin's work there. So it is always a guide point. It's a North Star for us as we lead these giant productions into reality, or right from those books and where it all started. Take any more ping pong balls with my name on out of there. Please, there are a lot of stars here, Jeff. A lot of movie stars.
What are you saying? That what? That what? I'm doing this blind. Believe me, I'm not doing anything here. Ready? This is, oh my golly. Hey, so interesting. So if you're to ask a question or volunteer to be considered for, be called on for a question. If you are green, well, I think maybe they mean if somebody here is green, or if you are green. All it says here is if you're green. If you are green. So if you are green, you are green, you're not. But you'd like to ask somebody who is green. In the sense green, not a newbie.
Hi, I'm Juan Fernandez from Entertainment Affair, and this is for Zoe Saldaña.
I hear Latino accent. Where are you?
Aquí. Because this... because this, from what we heard, the story is told from the Thanos point of view, part of it. And obviously I wanted to know how that dimension sort of pushed your portrayal of Gamora forward, because obviously it's a sort of very emotional and psychological journey for her. So if you could talk about that.
Well, echoing what Dawn was saying, that besides, these kinds of movies carrying so much action and entertainment and visual effects that really cater to all of our senses, we wouldn't be what we are, I think, in the Marvel Universe if it wasn't for those emotional beats that all of these interrelationships carry, and that obviously in this that thread involves the relationship between parent and child. And I will speak on behalf of also Karen Gillan's character, Nebula. We had so much fun with the arc that the Russo brothers and obviously Kevin Feige, spearheading this, with the relationship that these daughters have with their father, because they finally get an opportunity to sort of address what it was like to have a dad that's so complicated. So it was fantastic. It was great.
Wow, very good. Very good. Here, Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany, take this ball, pass that around the class. Let's see. What actually, all right, I'm picking another one. I didn't see it. Oh my gosh, so nobody foresaw this. I think this may be, well, I don't know. This is Zoe Saldana. Zoe. Oh. There we go. So, I don't know. We want another question for Zoe, or maybe we want to spread the Inquisition around. Let's see. Yeah. What? No, not necessarily. No. You want to? Does somebody else have a question for Zoe? I don't know. You'd like to give your turn away?
No, anybody have a question?
Anybody have a question for Zoe? Yes, yes, you do? Yes, please. Yes. Pour forth.
Hi, I'm Lynette Tischel with blackfilm.com, and obviously my question is for the gorgeous Zoe. Zoe, my question is, we got to see you first, and then you get to see everybody as Black Panther has happened, people of color joining in these superhero roles, and you were just so trend-setting and so ground-setting for me to see somebody like you on screen. And so when I saw the Black Panther universe added in, I was overwhelmed. How do you feel knowing that we, as people of color, are receiving more and more representation in this Marvel universe?
I'm happy. I'm super, super happy to be an American right now, to be in the entertainment industry, to be considered a public figure, and to also be given the opportunities by leaders such as our studio heads, when they take on the task of broadening the narrative for our stories. It's plain and simple. I think that as actors, regardless of our race and our gender, we just want to be given an equal opportunity to be able to be chameleons and continue growing and connect with our audiences. So when directors and writers and producers understand that change needs to come from within, and as public figures, we have the responsibility to take the lead in broadening that narrative, it just makes someone like me, who would be nothing but a positive recipient, super happy, because I know what that means for our future generations. I have 3 sons, and nothing is making me happier. I keep saying happy, but it's true, to know that they are going to inherit an influx of like storytelling through media that represents them and makes them feel seen and heard, and that their lives and their heritage matters, but only through their merits.
Yeah.
So that I'm just really happy about that.
Thank you.
Whoa. 3 sons. You have three sons. 3 sons? You have 3 sons? Wow.
3 boys, no more kids.
I don't know how you do it. We have 2. I have 2, a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old. I don't know how you do it. Scarlett Johansson. Yes, I see that man right there. Yes.
Hello, my name is Joshua from TH, and I am on behalf of the Chinese fans in Marvels. I would like to ask one question. So we're quite interested to know what would be the fashion elements Avengers Infinity War uses in the movies.
What?
The fashion elements.
The fashion elements?
Is for the
I got the fashion question?
Good question.
The fashion elements you see here. I honestly really don't know how to answer that question. Fashion elements. I wear a leather unitard for the most of this film, and I have been for the last 10 years. So if you think of any fashion elements that you would like to include, please let us know. I have a new vest, everyone, so that was pretty exciting. Yes. And I have a new hairstyle as well, if you haven't noticed already. It's a little bit polarizing, I can see, it's fine. It was a choice I made, and I'm sticking by it. So, there you go.
Speaking of which, how did Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston and I all come in a light blue suit? How did that happen? All right, let me see. Hey, this ball is empty. This ball is blank. This is like in Scrabble when you now can use it. You can use it for anything. All right, here we go. Let's see. Anthony Mackie. Yes. So let me see. Everyone has a question. Yes. The lady in the fashion statement there with the black and white.
Hi, my name's Tiffany with Attractions Magazine, and I just want to know, with such a star-studded cast, Do you find it like difficult or any obstacles, or is it super special to kind of develop your character a little bit more when you're struggling for screen time and all these amazing stories getting told? Like, what was any special difficulties, or was it just all amazing and all?
Are you asking Anthony Mackie if he has a hard time getting attention? I just want to clarify that that's what you're asking. I'm gonna put this down.
Touche. Well, Tiffany, a wise man once said that some men need an hour to make their presence felt. Some men need 30 seconds.
Anthony Mackie, let's see. All right, you, Jeff. Oh, baby, yeah. Hey, look at this. You're my witness. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Tom Holland. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Tom, everyone has a question, a telepathic question. Yes, you. Yes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is pretty incredible. Tom, obviously you have a new suit in this, the Iron Spider, we're calling it. Just want to know what can you tell us about it? What was it like looking around in it?
I'm actually under strict instructions to keep my mouth shut because... no, I didn't actually get to wear the Iron Spider suit because it's too amazing to exist in real life. So I joined the wonderful Mark Ruffalo in the man-cancelling costume and stood amongst these gods wearing pajamas. So wasn't quite as heroic as I liked, and I haven't seen the film yet, so I can't tell you what it does in real life. But no, I can tell you it would be amazing, and yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Yes, in the vest. The man in the short sleeve, the Norton outfit. Yes.
Hi, Mr. Cumberbatch. You have said in a few interviews that you have read the script, but the Russo brothers also said that no actor has read the real final script. So I just want to get to the bottom of that. Thank you so much.
I read a script. Whether I read the script is for them to know. And me to find out when I see the movie tomorrow. But whatever script you read, it's never the film, is it? So it always changes, and these guys plus it every day, sometimes after the day, sometimes we'll be probably replussing this in December, even after the film is out. They never stop at this wheelhouse. It's a busy place to work, and so whatever I read is not necessarily what you're going to see. So I could tell you stuff about it, but it wouldn't make any difference.
Let's see. This says, I knew it. I don't know how I knew it. Chadwick Boseman. I knew it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi, Chadwick. I know we have to wait a long time for Black Panther 2, but how much of Avengers Infinity War is at least Black Panther 1.5?
Avengers Infinity War is Avengers Infinity War. It's not Black Panther 1.5 or Black Panther 2 or anything like that. I think we have a strong presence within the movie, and it was great to have some of these people, I'm not gonna say who exactly, in Wakanda. But it is its own movie, and it was great to go from what we did and with Black Panther and bring some of that into Avengers. It was a relief, actually, but it's its own thing.
I hope it. Well, it's Pom Clementieff. Okay. Where? Someone must have a question. Someone. Well, you already had a question. Wait a minute. You can't hog the. Yes. That lady over there in the corner. Go.
Hi, so I'm...
Fashion question? No?
No.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
What are you wearing? No, so with your character from When We Last See Her, she joins the Guardians. Is there any growth that your character goes through, especially since dealing with the sarcastic characters? And also Drax, you guys have a funny dynamic together. So does she get a little tougher because she has to deal with them on a daily basis now?
Maybe a little bit, but she still has this kind of like childlike kind of like way of thinking, and she asks a lot of questions, and I think it brings some comedy, and sometimes these movies need some some fun. I mean, they're really fun too, but it needs a little bit of innocence, and so I think she's gonna evolve a little bit more maybe in the next one, but this one I think she's still kind of the same, a little bit weird, So that's it.
Perfect. Let's see. This says, wow. This is funny. They didn't tell me this could be here. It says wild card, parenthesis, moderator's choice. Oh my gosh. Well, I want everybody, I'll do it quickly because I want to hear from everybody personally. Let me see. I'm very interested in Thanos. Who has a question for Thanos? Oh boy, I knew it. See, my interest is shared. Yes.
Buddy Jeff.
Basically, I want to know, from the trailer, it looks like, you're fighting everybody, but you look like you may be impressed with a few people. Can you tell me who Thanos is most impressed with that he meets?
I looked in the trailer like I was impressed by other people.
Yeah. One in particular.
Then obviously I didn't do my job very well. Being a person of the color purple and being naked on the set the whole time I was doing this in order to create a vibe of fear. I really thought that I scared everybody, but apparently not. Was there somebody I was impressed by? Oh, Anthony Mackie. Strangely enough, it only took 25 seconds for me to be incredible. Everybody has their weakness, and Anthony Mackie is Thanos' weakness. Who is also naked on set, by the way. Thank you so much for your question, by the way. Thank you.
That was good. This says, Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany. Who has a question for Paul Bettany? Yes. That name right there.
Hi, Paul. It's Courtney Howard, Freshman.tv. You're a great storyteller. I'm wondering if there are any sort of anecdotes that you have from the set that you could possibly tell us. Any of your best moments, best memories, playing Vision in any of the Avengers movies.
Well, snitches end up in ditches. and all of the best anecdotes are just unsayable. But, we've been making these movies for a long time, and we've all been through. It's a really unique experience for actors to get to keep working with the same people again and again and again. We've all gone through real life stuff together. People have had children, people have got married, people have got divorced. A lot of real life stuff has happened, and we've all become real friends. And I've never been on a set where people choose not to go back to their trailers but hang out on set and then make fun of each other. And it's been a real privilege. So, thank you guys.
Chris Pratt. Get hydrated, get hydrated. This guy, yes, yes. He's filming it too, he's filming it.
Hi, Chris. I was just wondering how it feels for Star-Lord, for Peter Quill, to be seeing Earthlings for the first time in almost 30 years.
I'm gonna go with Scarlet, so I'm gonna take Scarlet's. Yeah. That's a good question. It borders on, might be best for you to see it, so I'm gonna talk about bass fishing, okay? April, as you know, is a big month for largemouth bass. Right now, my pattern's like a 8.5-inch salamander, Berkeley Power salamander. I'll use like a chartreuse, yeah, 1.5. I'll use like a 1/0 Gamakatsu hook with a Texas rig, bullet weight, 6-pound test. Fish it slow. You have to fish slow. Thank you.
Salamander. Wow. Oh, let me see. Well, Robert Downey Jr., I'm not afraid to say it again. I'm so sorry. I almost killed him.
Sorry, we all get along very well.
That was a good
I have two things to say. One is, I have been so pumped hearing that we're doing this bingo style in a hopper, but most of all, that this fucking national treasure was modeled. I don't catch. I have people for that. And I will answer a question once everyone else on all three of these tiers has finished answering a question.
Perfect. That's generosity. That's a great answer. That's an answer in itself. Yes. Let's see. This is nothing. This is nothing. Nothing. More nothing. Bear me out. All right. Oh, ask a question in the category of a guardian. A guardian. You must ask a question of a guardian. You can identify, you know the movies well enough. Yes. Ask that guardian question. Ed.
I'm gonna go with Dave. I'm not sure there's too many people who want to kill Thanos more than Drax. So, what is it like to work with Josh and just have that encounter if it ever happened? Spoiler free because we're seeing it tomorrow. Don't waste it now.
All right, let me kill time while I try to think of a way to answer this without giving anything away. Ask me about my fashion sense. My necklace? Yes, I got this beautiful necklace from the Russo brothers. It's a wrap gift that was made especially for the Avengers. So it's beautiful. And back to your question, I can't answer it. Obviously, I haven't seen the movie, don't know anything about the movie, don't know anything about the storyline, haven't read the script, haven't read one of the fake scripts. Back to my fashion sense. Drax, as you've noticed, has been wearing the same dirty-ass pants for movie after movie after movie, and I'm just hoping, I would love to have a new vest. I'd love to wear a vest, but apparently Drax has sensitive nipples, so he will never be covered. Anyway, thank you for your wonderful question. I apologize for the trip. I was hoping that I would make it out of here without speaking. Thank you.
Wow. Oh no, I lost, but geez, I hope I can open it. What the hell is going on? Anthony Russo. Wow, very enthusiastic there. You must speak.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Vanessa from Bright and Bubbly. My baby is kitting like crazy right now. My question is, will we see Agent Coulson come back for the Avengers? Possibly.
All these unanswerable questions. what can I say? Other than talk about bass fishing some more, but
Snitches end up in ditches.
you know, look, this is a very when we began developing this movie, you know, we sat in a room with Kevin, Joe, and I, Marcus and McFeely, the writers, and we had a picture of every single person who's been character that's been in the MCU, and we hung it up on a wall all around us, and we basically spent months and months and months talking about where we could go with each character, how we could draw them through the story, thinking about every one of these characters, everybody on this stage has been on a very specific journey through the MCU to arrive at this moment. And it was a very long creative process that we went through, thinking about where we could take the story, where we could take the characters, how we can combine the characters in interesting ways. And it was about the most fun, creative exercise I think I've ever been through in my life, because it was just us sitting in a room for months and months, telling each other stories about these characters, 99% of which didn't make their way into the movie. But I will say that was our process. We thought about everybody in the MCU. We thought about how they could play a role in the story moving forward. And starting tomorrow, you will see the movie.
That's how you answer a question without saying anything. We've rigged everyone's chairs with an electroshocker, Jeff, and I have a button here in case they spoil anything. I press it. I almost had to use it on my brother, which would have been really unfortunate for our relationship. Sorry, go ahead.
It was between the brothers, Kay. It was between the brothers, Kay. What's that from? Godfather 2, Godfather 2. Okay, hey, so James Wood not James Woods, but James Wood just handed me this piece of paper. We want to get to everybody, so we're going to disband the Hopper, and now make sure we get to Winston Duke next. Yes. You must.
What's up? This is DJ Ben Amin from Fan Bro Show. And what's up, Winston? And everyone else. Congratulations. Thank you for everything y'all done. And I just want to ask you, how will you explain to people if Wakanda gets destroyed in the Infinity War? Because, you know, there's some people, you know, we just got Wakanda, so, you know. I just want to know, you know.
The question of the night, the day, the afternoon. As you know, I can't say anything. So, great question. Thanks for asking that one. I didn't read a script. I did not see anything. And Kevin is in the room trying to set me up on my second movie. Thank you. But yeah, it's going to be a fun adventure. You're going to enjoy it. So, that's all I can tell you.
But tell us, who made that fabulous jacket?
Armani, Giorgio Armani. Armanio. Yeah.
Very good, very good. And we must hear from the great Mark Ruffalo. So who has a question? Yes, with a device, with a glowing device.
Hi, I'm Crix Lee from Geek Feed, and the first thing I have to say is Paul Bettany. Gangster #1 is one of my favorite movies ever. Like, I can never stop watching it.
Oh, there's like you and my mum, and that's about it. Thank you. Where are you?
Right here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Super short. My question to you is, a certain director yesterday hoped for Avengers fatigue, to which I said rude, followed by So, for the Russos, how do you guys handle that?
Who was that, by the way? I just want to...
James Cameron. I said it. But how do you guys, when you're writing the script and you have so many characters now, which is friggin' awesome, but how do you handle that?
Yeah. Well, in the hours that I spent writing the script,
oh, Mark, I'm so sorry.
I thought about that quite a bit. And, you know, sour grapes, you know? They're just jealous.
I fangirled out too hard. Actually, my question to you is, when you're doing all this environmental stuff, do Do you feel something when you bring it to work? Like, do you try to make people aware?
I drive a Prius.
I hate my life so much right now.
I wear hemp shoes. I have LED light bulbs. I try not to be, that one person who's always going on about an issue, but I can't help myself. I think more than anything, I've tried to use my time outside of the movies to make my friends know that it's safe to speak out about the things they care about, and that it's important for them, and that it's actually enriching as an artist. And no matter what that thing is, whether it's environmental issues or social justice issues or equality issues or education or all the really wonderful things there are to do today in front of us. And in that way, I feel like I could be the most impactful with this gift that I've been given of sitting up here with these tremendously talented people.
Bravo, bravo.
But back to the script.
A question. Who has a question for Elizabeth Olsen?
Yeah.
Yes, we got one.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Xiao from the Scholastic Kids Press Corps, and I recently heard that you would love it if Scarlet Witch got her own films. So what do you think Scarlet Witch could bring to the table if she did have her own solo film?
Sorry, I was talking over the last part of your question. I would feel thrilled. I mean, got like Kevin Feige sitting right in front of me. Paul and I joke a lot about how much we would love to do like a House of M spinoff and a really domesticated indie version of it. And I think that would be a lot of fun. That part of her story is the reason why I love this character so much. And I mean, I'm just happy that I'm still included, so I don't need my own movie, Mikey. Please just bring me back all the time. This is truly the greatest cast, and we get to work with the best crew, and we get to work with people who are the best at their jobs. And so there's nothing like this experience anywhere else, and we're all very lucky to be here and enjoy each other's company all the time. That's it.
Thank you. Deny. Yes. Right there.
Hi. I've heard rumors that some of the women in the Marvel Universe have pitched Mr. Feige an all-female Marvel movie. What can you talk about that? Is there any news on that front?
You know, I think I'm psychic because I thought I was going to be asked that question. I swear I did. I was like, I'm going to be asked that question, and I know nothing about it. I've heard said rumors also.
Me too, Denai. I've heard them too.
Heard them?
No one's told me about it though.
Yeah, I've heard through the grapevine. But no, I know no details on that. I was just thinking how excited I am about Brie Larson, who's shooting Captain Marvel right now. How that's going to be a pretty awesome venture. But I mean, the awesome thing that I think is happening, that we see happening across many dimensions in our entertainment industry, is we're seeing more women take the helm in various realms, and that is not only about time, but it'll make the world a better place, I think. So I'm looking forward to the future.
Absolutely. Tom Hiddleston, who has a question for the train? Yes, please. Lovely lady right there. Loveliest of ladies.
Well, Loki is by far my favorite character in the Marvel Universe, with Falcon and / Rhodey quickly behind him. But I'm curious for you, Tom, who is your favorite character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and why?
just sat here with all my friends. That's a really good question. I'm not gonna pick anybody actually. My brother from another mother. Listen, I am astonished that I'm still here, as you may be. And Loki has fallen through a wormhole and faked his own death. And I honestly never expected to be playing this part for so long. I think many people can say that. And the great privilege that I've had is working with every single person on this stage, working even with the gentleman moderator we have in our midst, and they're all great. And every time it's like a different dance. And the thing that, because Kevin and everybody who works at Marvel and all the writers, the writing has been so great. They create these characters with such precision that what happens in the space between those characters is always unique. And you're guaranteed to see that tomorrow night.
And believe it or not, we have one more and final question. So in anticipation of the end of this, thank you all for coming and all of that. So one more question, I know, the one more question will go to, who do you think? Sebastian Stan. One more question. And then we successfully heard from everybody. We did it. We discharged our obligation. Yes, I think, I like it. This lady in the front with the running suit with the Adidas pants. Wow.
Hi, Sebastian. I wonder, do you think Bucky in this film is kind of like the Bucky we know in the first Captain America movie? And also, do you think Avengers has accept Bucky? Welcome, Bucky?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you definitely see, shades of the old, so to speak, Bucky in this situation, for one thing. I mean, I guess the guy smiles finally. But as far as accepted, I wouldn't necessarily go as far as saying that. I think he's just kind of seeing where his allies are. He's been enjoying the coconut water in Wakanda, and, everything else is peachy. It is good.
Beautifully put. Thank you so much, Avengers Infinity War cast. Thank you, press people. It's the best time I've ever had in my whole life. Thank you. Robert Downey Jr.
Thank you, Jeff. Amazing.